It was a cold December morning in 1917 when the bustling harbor of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, awoke to an ordinary day, unaware that history's largest man-made explosion before the atomic age was about to occur. At the heart of this catastrophe were two ships, the French cargo vessel SS Mont-Blanc and the Norwegian relief ship SS Imo. Mont-Blanc was loaded with a deadly cargo, over 2,900 tons of explosives, including TNT, picric acid, and highly volatile benzol. It was, quite literally, a floating bomb. The harbor was crowded that morning as ships moved in and out, and in the narrowest part of the channel, known as the Narrows, fate took a tragic turn at approximately 8:45 a.m. The Imo, leaving the harbor at high speed, found itself on a collision course with Mont-Blanc. Both ships signaled and maneuvered frantically to avoid each other, but confusion and poor communication sealed their destiny. The two ships collided. The impact itself was minor, but sparks ignited the barrels of benzol on Mont-Blanc's deck. Flames shot up instantly. Knowing what was on board, Captain Le Medec and his crew panicked. They shouted warnings, abandoned ship, and rowed furiously toward the shore. As Mont-Blanc drifted, engulfed in flames, thousands of Haligonians, dockworkers, children, sailors, and families rushed to the waterfront, unaware that they were watching a ticking time bomb at 9:04 a.m. Just 19 minutes after the collision, the unimaginable happened. The Mont-Blanc exploded. The blast was so massive that it instantly leveled 2 square kilometers of Halifax. Buildings shattered, windows blew out 50 miles away, and a shockwave rolled across the harbor like thunder. A giant cloud of smoke rose over 20,000 feet into the sky, visible for hundreds of miles. The explosion generated a pressure wave that flattened houses, uprooted trees, and threw ships onto the shore. One of Mont-Blanc's massive anchors, weighing half a ton, was hurled over 2 miles away. The devastation was beyond comprehension. More than 1,900 people were killed, 9,000 were injured, and 25,000 left homeless. The north end of Halifax was reduced to ashes. The harbor turned into a scene from hell. Fires, broken glass, and cries for help everywhere. Hospitals overflowed within minutes. Rescue workers from across Canada and the United States rushed to Halifax, battling freezing temperatures and snowstorms that followed the blast the next day. The horror didn't end with the explosion. The shockwave shattered windows throughout the city, and as residents ran to look outside, a second, smaller blast from nearby fires sent glass shards into their faces, causing thousands of cases of blindness and eye injuries. A tragedy that forever changed Canadian medical response standards. In the aftermath, the Canadian government launched a massive investigation. Blame was spread between the captains of both ships, the harbor pilots, and the port authorities. But nothing could undo what had happened. A combination of human error, bad timing, and wartime secrecy had destroyed an entire city in less than a minute. The Halifax explosion stood for nearly 30 years as the largest man-made explosion in history, until the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. That out of the ashes, though, came stories of courage. Neighbors saved neighbors. Nurses and soldiers worked day and night to tend the wounded. The disaster brought international compassion. The city of Boston, for instance, sent immediate aid and medical teams, creating a bond between the two cities that still exists today. Today, the Halifax explosion is remembered not just for its destruction, but for the resilience that followed. A simple navigational mistake had triggered one of humanity's greatest peacetime tragedies, and a painful reminder that even in times of war, the smallest miscommunication can destroy thousands of lives. This was the Halifax Explosion, deadliest man-made blast before nukes. A shocking true story from history that shows how a single moment of confusion changed an entire city forever. Don't forget to subscribe to Biography Plus for more real and forgotten stories from the past.